When a man does something that causes a woman to feel negative feelings, anger, irritation, sad, there are typically three unhealthy patterns that a woman will go into that will end up creating a situation where her needs will continue to go unmet. The man will continue to not feel inspired to want to take care of her, to want to cherish her. These three patterns, one is essentially avoiding sharing her feelings. She's gaslighting her feelings, she's downplaying her feelings, and she's just going along with the man's lead. The second pattern is going into blame, going into judgment. That can be very overt. It can also be very subtle. And then the third pattern is going into the giving role, doing stuff for the man to make those uncomfortable feelings go away. We're going to be talking about the first one on this video. And this is, of the three, this is typically the one that I see the most with my clients, where they are downplaying their feelings, you're justifying your feelings, you're gaslighting your feelings, you're not fully owning your feelings and sharing your feelings, and instead you go into a compliance pattern, a fawning pattern, doing what the man wants even though it doesn't really feel good for you. And of all three of these patterns, this one tends to be the most problematic because it communicates such a lack of self-worth, and so it contributes so greatly to a man not being inspired into being his best self for you. So it's really important that we talk about it and talk about how to shift it. So hello, my name is Zach Rohde. I am here to lead you into creating the relationship of your dreams using feminine energy and what I call feminine communication to inspire men into cherishing you. If you have not yet subscribed to this channel, make sure you do that below. Hit the notification bell and be sure to like this video because I'm going to make sure it's a good one for you today. And if you would like help learning how to shift out of your unhealthy control patterns and into inspiring a man into taking care of you, then go below this video, open up the description. You're going to see the links to all of my offers, and a great place to start is to go into my free webinar at zachrohdecoaching.com. All right, so we are in the middle of reading through my book, Inspire is Devotion. It's on Amazon. You can pick it up by typing in my name, Zach Rohde, in the Amazon search bar. And we're going through these three different ways of women dealing with negative feelings. And I'm going to read out the first one here. So she gaslights the feeling, or downplays the feeling, or justifies the feeling, or misattributes the feeling. The result is that she continues to go along with the man's lead, even though her instincts are telling her there is a serious problem, or a small problem. It doesn't have to be serious. This will make it less likely that the man will provide because he feels less inspired to do so when his woman is communicating a lack of self-worth. Okay, so I've used this analogy before, I think, at least once in these videos. So imagine that you are a car. You are the most amazing, most expensive Ferrari imaginable on earth. Let's say that you like Ferraris, or that your man or future man likes Ferraris. So how is a man going to be treating you as a car? He's going to be trying his very best to make sure that nobody comes anywhere close to you, that you're, well waxed all the time, that you're clean, backing into the driveway very carefully, make sure he doesn't accidentally knock over the garbage can and scratch the paint job. He's doing everything to take care of you, to cherish you as a car. I'm objectifying women in this example a little bit, but it's really important to understand. So he treats you really well because he sees your value. He recognizes your value as that Ferrari. But then imagine that you are a 1980s beat up Chevy. There's rust all over, bumpers are falling off you, and you're not really worth anything, right? Like you're worth junk value. How is he going to be treating you as a beat up Chevy? Well, he's not really going to care. He doesn't care if he knocks over the garbage can. He doesn't care if there's kids playing football around you. He's not going to bother waxing you. He's not going to bother cleaning you because your value is so low, right? And he feels that. He's just not inspired to want to take care of you. Now, in both of these situations, it's not like you were telling him to do anything. It's not like you were, making any ultimatums. You were just being there. But the difference in how he treats you is quite extreme, right? In one, he's treating you amazingly, and in the other, he just doesn't really care. He's not really inspired. And the difference is in the value of the vehicle. Now, you are not a vehicle, okay? You are not an object. You are a woman. But most of your value doesn't come from anything that's like built into you, right? It's not so much about your looks. It's not about what you can do for a man. Like, yes, looks are somewhat important, but it's not nearly as important as a lot of women and a lot of men think. The most important thing about you, as far as your value goes, is what you believe about your value on the deepest level. So if you believe that you are a beat-up old Chevy, then your man is going to treat you like a beat-up old Chevy, or be more likely to anyway, right? A really honorable, loving man, he's going to treat you relatively well regardless, but it's rare that you're going to meet a man and be with a man who's going to treat a woman well regardless of what she thinks about herself and regardless of how she shows up. Now, if you believe on the deepest level that you are a Ferrari, that you are that valuable, then a man is going to be much more likely to treat you that way. So a man treats you based on what you believe about yourself. Now understand, what I am not talking about is your conscious beliefs. Like if you're like, oh, I'm so hot and I'm so amazing, blah, 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 and that's what you believe consciously, but then your behaviors show something totally different, right? You avoid sharing your feelings and you fawn and comply with a man's leadership even when it doesn't feel good for you. Well, what do you actually believe about yourself? It's not your conscious beliefs that matter. It's your unconscious beliefs, which are shown by your behaviors, right? The behaviors are going to tell the truth. And so basically what this means is if you are downplaying your feelings, you're gaslighting your feelings, you're avoiding communicating your feelings because you don't think they matter, and you're going along with the man's leadership, even when it doesn't feel good for you, even when you feel some anxiety or you feel just bad about it, you are communicating that you are a beat-up Chevy. And how is he going to treat you if that is what you are communicating? Probably not super well, right? And really early on, like the first date, second date, a man might treat you really well regardless of how you're showing up. This tends to show up more and more over time as a man starts to really feel what your value is. He won't necessarily get a really strong sense of it immediately, but over time he will, based on your behaviors, based on your energy, based on how you're showing up. He will pick up on it. And understand when I'm talking about your value, like this isn't, I was giving the example of objectifying a woman with a specific car, but it's not about that. It's all about you. It's all about your own beliefs. Like, yes, every person, every woman is intrinsically valuable just by being alive, just by being a person, right? All human beings have value. But I'm talking about value in a specific way here, based on what you believe about yourself, about what has been programmed into you. And my job, or part of my job, both on these videos as well as in my academy program and with all my offers, is to help you shift into your self-worth, specifically your feminine self-worth, where on the deepest level you see yourself as a Ferrari and you're actually showing up that way. You're showing up the way that a Ferrari should be showing up. And so what that means when it comes to your feelings, it means when a man is doing something that is bringing up negative feelings in you, you're feeling some sadness, you're feeling some anger, you're feeling some shame, some embarrassment, or some anxiety, you are sharing what is coming up for you. You are not hiding it. You are not downplaying it to yourself. You're not justifying it. It's like, he didn't really mean that. He's trying to be a good guy. I shouldn't bring it up. Or he's just going to get angry if I share this, so I'm not going to share. I don't want to rock the boat, right? All of those kind of justifications that you might tell yourself in your head, an example that I just said, or any other example that you might say to yourself. Instead of doing that, you are willing to be brave, you're courageous, you're shifting into your self-worth, and you're communicating what's coming up for you, which in feminine communication terms, that means asking for help from your man, right? Asking permission for help. May I have some help with what I'm feeling? And then when he leads you into sharing the feeling, you're actually sharing the feeling. So like, I'm feeling really sad, or I'm feeling angry, or whatever it is. And you're open, right? You're opening up to him. You're opening up fully to him, to his help, to his provision, to his leadership. And there's no blame, there's no judgment. It's just fully clean. And then, of course, he's going to want to know why you feel anxious, or why you feel sad, or whatever it is. And then you share, again, without blame, without judgment. You're just sharing what the problem is for you. And when you do this right, with the right energy, and the right words. And it's not about a script. I should preface this. This is not about scripting. I'm giving you an example of what you can say, and this is going to typically be the most vulnerable and feminine. But it's not about memorizing scripts. What I'm teaching you to do is connect with your heart, teaching you to connect with your most vulnerable needs, and then communicating them courageously. Right? You're opening yourself up to a man for help. And just by asking for help, you're shifting into your self-worth. Big time. Big time. Because a woman who is in her self-worth, a woman who knows that she is a Ferrari, she knows that she is worthy of help. She knows that she doesn't need to figure out all this stuff by herself and deal with these painful feelings. She knows that she can just communicate what's coming up for her and receive the help that she needs, which could be reassurance or leadership or love, whatever it is, and then feel better. That is how you treat yourself as a Ferrari. And look, you cannot follow a man's leadership when you're feeling bad inside without dishonoring yourself and without communicating low self-worth. That's called fawning. That's called complying. And that's not submission. That is not what I teach. Right? I teach women submission, contrary to what many people think of the word, because there's so many negative connotations of the word. It's about honoring your heart. It's about following a man because you're choosing to, through your own autonomy. Right? When a man is leading you in a way where you're being taken care of, he's planning a great date for you, or he's helping you with a problem, or he's giving you advice or whatever, and he's doing it because he cares, of course you're going to want to submit to that, unless you got a whole bunch of wounds around following a man, because you're receiving his care. But if you are staying silent, you feel bad, but you choose to stay silent anyway, and you go along with his lead, you're not actually receiving. You're not submitting. You're not opening yourself up to him. What you are doing is you are subtly controlling him. You're trying to appease him by not rocking the boat, by just doing what he wants, so that he doesn't abandon you, or judge you, or blame you, or get angry at you. You're trying to control. It's a control pattern. Now, I'm not saying that judgmentally. That's what it is, right? And you picked it up from childhood, and you're continuing to do it till to this day. And the more that you do that, the more that you stay stuck in that control pattern, the more that you're going to communicate you are a 1980s beat-up Chevy who is not worthy of devotion, who's not worthy of being taken care of. You need to make that shift. You need to learn feminine communication, learn how to be truly vulnerable, communicating cleanly, respectfully, to inspire a man into giving you everything that you need and deserve, to treat you with devotion. That's what I help you do. If you would like help learning how to do that, how to communicate in this beautiful way that does inspire that level of care, I would love to help you. Go below this video, open up the description. You're going to see the links to all of my offers, all of which are worth checking out. But if you would like hands-on support from me and my team, then go to the Academy offer. You will click thedreamrelationship.com. You're going to book a call with me. We'll talk all about what's going on in your love life, what your problems are, what your control patterns are, what you're not getting, and why. I'll give you some coaching on everything that I see. And then we'll find out if the Academy and working with us is the right choice for you. And if that describes you, then fantastic. I will see you on that call, and I look forward to it. That's it for this one.